Howdy folks, welcome back to Busy Girl Likes to Eat, in which I, Busy Girl, test internet recipes in my regular old apartment kitchen. Can we cook them in an apartment? Do they make sense? We will see. I'm just a busy person. I'm just a regular old busy person in the world who also unfortunately likes to cook. We know those two things generally don't go together. I also just get bored with everything I already know how to cook. So I have to go on the internet and be like, hey, can I make that? That looks cool, that looks interesting. And then I get it home and then you know what happens? All kinds of insanity, like all kinds of messy mess. And I figure I'm not the only person that happens to. So now we have Busy Girl Likes to Eat, in which I take an internet recipe, see if you can actually make it in an average apartment with an average apartment kitchen, and if there's any real way that we can speed this up a little, because let's be real, nobody has that much time. Today, we are gonna make Thai basil beef and lemongrass rice bowls. Blog, website, it's edcgoodfood.com. And the picture looked good, and that's why I picked it. Honestly, you can just woo me with pretty pictures. I'm pretty basic. Jasmine rice, but I mean, if you don't like jasmine rice, can't find jasmine rice, just rice. Coconut milk, we'll do some water, toasted sesame oil. Let me tell you, I love sesame oil. I love it. It's one of the things that you only use a tablespoon at a time, and I'm not mad about because it's so good. You can use it on any other vegetables, you can sprinkle it on top of stuff. It is yummy. It does not get its due. Toasted sesame oil needs its moment. I hope it gets it. Also, you have lemongrass. Okay, so lemongrass, you might be familiar with lemongrass if you eat any Asian foods. If there's a soup, it's got lemongrass in it. It's that that lemony flavor that you're what is it? It's lemongrass, right? This is lemongrass. Doesn't look grassy at all. And so here's the thing about lemongrass. If you are in your life trying to find lemongrass in your your regular grocery store, don't deny, it is not going to be there. You need to go to the hipster market, the one that you think is annoying. I found this lemongrass in a store that has kombucha on tap. Some carrots, and then, I love recipes, they get on my nerves. It says 4 baby bell peppers. Or 1 large bell pepper, guys. Why would I buy 4 baby bell peppers when I could buy 1 large one? And just 1 large one is it's less than $1. Baby bell peppers, because they typically come in a thing of a bunch of them that I'm not gonna use, so that's just my own personal conversion. Someone might disagree. Hot red peppers. Let me tell you, I went to the store, I found poblano peppers, I found Anaheim peppers, I found serrano peppers, I found every pepper except a hot red pepper. And then I chose not to come up with a substitute for it, just because I didn't feel like it. So that's not here. Some green onions. This ingredient is curious because it's fish sauce. I'm very confused as to why we need fish sauce in a basil beef recipe. Fish sauce in a beef recipe, I don't understand, but we're gonna do it. Honey, half a teaspoon of honey. Let's see, more sesame oil. We're gonna do the juice of a lime, and then 4 cloves of garlic. Now, if you've watched Busy Girl at all, you know I love the canned minced garlic. But I actually didn't have any. I think I used it the last time we did an episode. But here's the thing. I had actual garlic, and so I was well, I could buy more garlic, or I could just use the actual garlic in my house. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because this recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of fresh ginger. I was in the store yesterday and I found these crushed ginger cubes. Look, they're cubes. They're little cubes. And so I'm so excited to use this, and 1 cube equals 1 teaspoon. I'm so excited because if you've ever cooked with ginger, you know it's just this huge ginger root that's the size of your palm. You need 2 teaspoons of it, and it just is everywhere, and then it turns green, and it's not fun. So I'm excited to see if this works out. A pound of lean ground beef. We do a lot of chicken recipes on Busy Girl, not a lot of beef, so here's some beef. But you could use any other ground meat, I suppose, if you wanted to. It calls for Thai sweet chili sauce, which is that sweet and savory thing. I'm not really down with the sweet and savory life. It's not my thing. So instead, we're going to use chili garlic sauce. I also have leftover chili garlic sauce for something else that I cooked, so, you know. 2 cups of basil leaves. And then this last one I skipped, it's this toasted sesame seeds, which are really just gonna go on top. They're not gonna add anything to the flavor. They're just gonna be on top and make it look pretty. Unnecessary, in my view. All right, folks, so we have some chopping to do. You know that I hate that, but alas, is what's happening. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the lemongrass. Like, I don't know if there's like a full rhyme or reason as to like how you chop lemongrass. Like if it's, I'm gonna do what I would do with other things that look like this and cut off the ends. It is asking for 1/4 of a cup of lemongrass, so we're just gonna cut it until it's a 1/4 cup. So I bought this new cutting board because cutting boards have to get replaced. That's just how they are, right? And this one like has this little like lip thing. Did you see this? Ah! That would normally be on the floor. So we will see if Busy Girl will stop dropping shit on the floor. We'll see. It would actually be pretty sad if I still drop stuff on the floor when I have this like little lip thing. Saying that just guaranteed I'm gonna drop something on the floor. We have lemongrass. It smells nice. It smells nice. Now, I don't know what we're gonna do with the rest of this, but it makes me wanna find a use for it because now I have it. So it makes me wanna find a way to use lemongrass. 2 large carrots cut into matchsticks. But see, now it's all big. I could also like cut these thinner and make them more matchsticky like, but guys, it's called Busy Girl Likes to Eat, not Busy Girl Likes to Chop. Busy Girl hates to chop, okay? She can't stand it. So, you know, what matters is that the carrots are in the meal. Doesn't matter what they look like. I don't want to try to make a matchstick. These are circles. Like, just cause like, look at how thin this is. Like, I feel like I'm gonna cut myself. Like, nah, these are gonna be circles. So it's gonna be like a half circle, half matchstick, carrot melange. And I'm just gonna cut these in the way that I will prefer to eat them. Bell pepper, carrots. Does the bounce like make it seem more real, more authentic cooking show? Back to cutting the green onions. Squeezing the life out of it. There's also like, counter, not the floor. There's also a thing here where it's like, plus more lime for serving. No. Busy Girl doesn't garnish. It says, how to peel garlic. Let's see. So essentially like what we want me to do is like do one of these to the garlic clove. But then it's like, okay, but I don't want to do that because then the skin is gonna get all mixed up in the garlic and I don't want that. So we're gonna ignore that method. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, this doesn't seem like it works. What they want me to do is like, put the garlic in here and just like shake it. That's what it says. It says shake vigorously for 15 to 20 seconds and look at the garlic to see if most of the cloves have peeled. Shake for a few more seconds if necessary. I don't think this is gonna work. We're gonna try it though. All right, that was 20 seconds. Okay, so one of them, so if you have 1 clove of garlic, use the shake method. Yeah, the other 3 are like, nah, I'm for life. Okay, now I'm just gonna do what I would normally do, which is just like cut off a little end and then with a paring knife. See, because like I feel like this method actually mostly works for me. You know who taught me how to mince fresh garlic? Julia Child. For videos that people have posted are still on YouTube. And what Julia would say to you is you take the garlic, the little fat side up, you take the knife, and you smash, okay? Garlic smash! And then you cut the pieces. Cut, 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 cut. Now you might say, if you've watched the show a few times, hey busy girl, if it's just that easy for you to mince your own garlic and then you could have fresh garlic in your meals, why don't you just do that instead of buying minced garlic? Because my hands are gonna smell like garlic, guys, okay? Like garlic hands, your hands never stop smelling like garlic, okay? That's what I need. That's what I need. That's the shortcut I need, is how to get your hands to stop smelling like garlic. 2 cups of basil leaves. And it's like chopped basil leaves. Have you seen a basil leaf? You familiar with the basil leaf? This is like a stalk of basil leaves. You tear it, all right? You get your tear on, okay? Just freaking tear it. I hate when things are like, hey, they chop them. And actually, if you go on, like again, you can go on the internet and they'll show you all these ways you can chop your basil. Or you can use your natural choppers, your hands. I think we're done with prep. We've been here for like an hour, right? I mean, the internet time, that's like 5 minutes, but we've been here for like an hour. We haven't even like turned on a stove. So I'm just curious, like, what does this thing say? Lies! Okay, lies. The website says prep 5 minutes. This is why we have the show, okay? Because this is what happens, right? This is what happens is you see a recipe, you see a picture, you're like, ooh, good, yay, I like that. And it's like, oh, 5 minutes to prep, 15 minutes to cook. Oh my gosh, I dig, this is gonna be awesome. It annoys me so much. So this recipe has already been debunked because it tells lies. And my hands still smell like garlic. As we just discussed, 5 minutes of prep. It also says 15 minutes of cook time. No part of me believes any of that. We're gonna make the rice. Okay, so coconut milk will tell you what the temperatures are in life, because you know it's cold when your coconut milk is completely hard, and you know it's hot when your coconut milk is melted. It also looks so gross. It actually like looks like lard. To me anyway, looks like lard. Alright, just gonna turn that on. There. And we are going to wait for this to boil again. We still have to cook the rice. Have you ever cooked rice in 15 minutes? Have you ever done that? Ever in your life? You haven't, unless you used a rice cooker or you used minute rice. So no. Although I will say this method of cooking rice, of like cooking the rice not in just water but in like either in a broth or in something else, like I actually really like, because it gives the rice like its own very distinct and yummy flavor, which I dig. I'm just saying there's no way in the world that takes 15 minutes. What else can we cook? What else? When we get there, this is what the recipe says. Again, it said 15 minutes of cook time. Guys, after we add the rice, etc., right? It says allow the rice to cook 10 minutes, right? Do some other stuff. And then it says leave it covered for 15 to 20 minutes. It's already proposing 30 to 35 minutes, yet originally, oh wait, what? Because this couldn't have been the prep. Where was, lies, don't believe them. I've eaten way too many meals at like 9 o'clock that I started at like 8 because I thought I'd be able to eat it in the time. Never believe them. This is why we have the show, because instructions are difficult. They don't make sense. Because what it says here is make the beef, period, add the carrots, peppers, blah, 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 all the stuff, right? Toss well and then set aside. But it doesn't tell me what I'm actually doing with this. This is make the beef, but all we're talking about is the carrot. So what I am gonna do is this particular step. So this particular step over here, which is adding, I think almost all the stuff, right? Fish sauce, honey, and the lime juice. So lime juice and a little teaspoon of honey, and just here. We'll let the honey do its thing. Let's come back over here to our rice. All right, so now that this is boiling. You've got it now boiling. We're gonna add the rice. Okay. And then we'll add the lemongrass. Oh, and the sesame oil. That's interesting. I thought the sesame oil was gonna be in the meat. Apparently it's going to, oh, there is part for it to be in the meat. But apparently it's also going to be in the rice. Hey, I enjoy sesame oil. I ain't got a problem with it. So, now that that's over there hanging out, there it is. It's a green onion. It's on the floor because I was stirring vigorously. I never meant for this to be the theme of the show, throwing food. Just happened. Sesame seed oil. Oh, and I'm sad. That is the last of my sesame seed oil. Just waiting for that to get nice and hot so we can experiment with our ginger cubes. But I've got very high hopes for these cubes because I can put them in the freezer. I love that. Oh, 15 to 30 seconds, okay. Then add the beef. So now we're just gonna brown the ground beef. So, a lot of times, most of the time actually, I typically sub ground turkey in for ground beef, which is kind of what I do. But what you'll notice though is that ground beef cooks so much easier. Like, it just does. It just does. Like when you're in ground turkey, you're just like, because it's turkey and it wasn't meant to do that. Versus like ground beef where it's just like, I just want to crumble up. I'm gonna let this hang out for a second. It's got like 2 more minutes or so to cook before it's like fully brown. The rice is hung out for like 10 minutes. And again, like I'm trying to save time where we can. I'm doing things in between. So the next thing that it's asking me to do, let the rice sit on the stove covered for another 15 to 20 minutes. This thing said 5 minutes of prep and 15 minutes of cook time. The rice already has 35 minutes of cook time. I'm gonna set a timer, but I just remember this, guys. The soy sauce, the chili sauce, and a cup of the basil. I'm gonna use a little bit. All right, so I want the beef to coat this for 3 to 5 minutes. So here's the thing. We stopped talking about these guys. These guys, remember these guys? They're so fun, right? And here's why. Because down here, what it says is divide rice among the bowls, top with equal amounts of beef, add carrots and peppers on top of the beef. I don't want to eat uncooked carrots on my beef. That doesn't make any sense. That's weird. So I'm just gonna add it on here just so that these get a chance to actually like soften and at least be partially cooked, because like, why would you do that? Let me turn this on now. Now I'm taking everything off the stove. We got the rice and our meat mixture all in here. Now let's eat it, see if it's any good. You're probably noticing the perplexing look on my face. It's salty, and I didn't put any salt in here. You know what? That's probably why. I put the chili garlic sauce instead of the sweet chili, and that's probably like what's making it like a little salty. It is reminiscent of something that I would order at a Thai restaurant, which I can't actually say about most recipes that are like inspired by other ethnicities. Like this actually is good. It's got like, even though I didn't add the red pepper like it has, it's got a kick, but again, that might be because I used the chili garlic sauce instead of the sweet chili sauce. I don't know what that is, but it's got like a good kick. It's like a really great flavor to the meat. Like cooking, I'm probably going to like look at cooking beef in sesame oil rather than like any other oils, just because I like how it tastes. And I'm so glad that we ignored the instructions and threw the veggies inside with the meat, just because it gives it this like nice like crunchy texture thing. What is like making me a little sad is that I have the rice in here, but I don't really feel like I can taste the rice. So I think like I might another time like just have the rice like separate from here, because like, I feel like we did a bunch of work. I mean, we cooked the rice in coconut oil, and you know, we added sesame oil to the rice and everything else. And then like once you add the beef, it overwhelms whatever flavor is happening with the rice. So, and the other thing is that the lemongrass, like I was so excited to use lemongrass and I was so happy while I was cutting it, I can't actually taste it anywhere. And that was like my highlight of the recipe, was being able to like cook with lemongrass. And so those are some things that are missing. I mean, like the overall flavor of the meal, like it's almost more of just like, it's beef. Like it's beef. Here's what we're here to do. We need to grade this on the Busy Girl 3 criteria scale. I'm gonna come up with like a proper name for that. Anyway, can this be cooked in an average apartment kitchen? Kinda. It calls for lemongrass, and like depending on where you live, like you're not gonna just go to like your regular grocery store to find it, so that is difficult. That said, leading into our next point, can you save some time? Yes, you can skip the freaking lemongrass because you can't even taste it. I think it said earlier, it was like I do enjoy cooking rice either in like a broth or in something else to give it its own flavor. The beef overwhelms all that flavor, so you could skip all that and just do some regular white rice if you want to, or just, I don't know, eat the beef with crackers or whatever. And is it delicious? It's good. It's good. It's enjoyable, but I wouldn't be like, this is so good, everybody eat this. So that's where we're at today, guys. This has been, it's Thai basil beef and lemongrass rice bowls. We lost the lemongrass in the rice part, but aside from that, it's pretty tasty. All right, well, this has been Busy Girl Likes to Eat. Thank you so much for joining. If you want to try this recipe out yourself, maybe use the modifications I'm recommending or not, do what you want to do. The link is in the description below. Any comments, questions, whatevs, feel free to send us a note. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we are Busy Girl LTE. If you want to like reach out and type to me, it's busygirllte@gmail.com. All right, guys, see you next time. Peace.